been about a month since we started our KTM products. Today we have a bunch of samples made, and we're out here at Paris to test these with our hired gun, Ryan Hughes. There's 3 products we're going to test today. We're going to try a Showa steering dampener, we're going to try a KTM lowering link, and we're also going to try some offset triple clamps.
Feels pretty good, you know, it's very light, very nimble that way, but this has a problem from going straight up to leaning over in the corner. There's kind of there's like a little notchiness there that's hard to lean, but then once you lean, then it turns real sharp, so there's not a very good feel right in the beginning from straight up to leaning over. This is the first time with the steering dampener here, and you know, I was a little skeptical at first, but man, everything that I was feeling out there with my turning where I was having a problem, this fixed. It seemed to make that transition from staying straight up to leaning over in a corner a lot smoother, a lot more predictable. I could stay in a rut a lot easier. Over the little chop while I was kind of turning, it seemed to make the beginning of the feel of the fork a little plusher in the beginning. On flat corners, I had more feel. It wasn't wanting to kind of wash out in my hands. This link here that we just put on the KTM, I felt the most stable, and I could charge the corners and charge my sections the most. To me, it made it feel a little bit plusher out there. I felt like I could get my lines and stick to them a lot better. I wasn't chasing the bike as much. Of course, everything you put on, you're going to have to make an adjustment, so I would want to go a little bit higher in the rear end just to put a little bit more weight on the front. But that's probably the best I felt on the bike so far. Very, very, very predictable. Just got done with the next change, and that was the clamps to the front forks. For me, that was one of the best changes. It made the bike very quick handling. To some, maybe a little twitchy, but to me, I liked it because I could throw the bike where I wanted it, but also the bike felt very stout. I could push probably the hardest and felt in the most control with those clamps on. Gave a lot of front end feel and kind of took away some notchiness. With being able to ride a little bit sometimes past your limit and still be in control, the bike having a good balance, so that was probably one of the biggest changes we made on the bike. Yeah, so after all the changes that we made, you know, the bike felt, you know, 100% better to me, a lot more comfortable. I could push as hard as I want. Sometimes I could push even harder than I thought I could. And it was very predictable. So every change that we made was great. You know, Ride Engineering did a fantastic job in getting this bike and taking out its little imbalances. So for me, if I had to race it, it would be no problem. Of course, I'd have to make some changes to the engine and some things that way, but with the geometry and what we came up with, I definitely could race this bike at any level.